Hello everyone, I'm Diana and I want to address a critical issue that affects countless individuals in our society, gender-based violence. This is not just a statistic, it's a reality that millions of women and girls face every day. Did you know that according to a 2020 Kenyan demographic and health survey, 1 in 3 women in Kenya have experienced physical or sexual violence in their lifetime? The number are staggering and demand our attention. It's time we talk about gender-based violence openly and honestly. Gender-based violence or GBV refers to harmful acts directed to individuals based on their gender. It encompasses a range of physical, sexual, emotional, and psychological abuse that primarily affect women and girls, although men and boys can also be victims. It includes violence that occurs in various settings such as homes, workplaces, and communities, often rooted in gender inequality and societal norms. GBV is a pervasive issue that transcends age, economic status, and education. It manifests in many forms: physical abuse, emotional manipulation, and sexual violence. Each act of violence leaves scars that affect victims and their families, perpetuating a cycle of trauma and fear. In specific regions, the statistic part of troubling in specific regions, the statistics paint a troubling picture. In Nairobi, 45% of women reported experiencing physical or sexual violence. In Nyanza, the figure is even higher at 50%, with many cases going unreported. In Rift Valley, studies show that 37% of women have experienced some form of GBV. These numbers highlight that GBV is not just a personal issue but a societal and that hinders our progress as a nation. Let me share a story that illustrates the impact of GBV. Meet Mary, a brave survivor whose life was forever changed by her experience. After enduring years of abuse, she found the courage to seek help. Through the support of organizations like we have the Kenyan organization, she not only reclaimed her life but also became a powerful advocate for others. Mary's story is just one of many. Each survivor has a voice that deserves to be heard, and it is our responsibility to listen. So what can we do? First, we must educate ourselves and others about gender-based violence. Awareness is the first step towards a change. Support organizations that are on the front lines working tirelessly combat this issue. Whether it's dominating voluntarily or simply spreading the word, every action counts. We need to create safe spaces for survivors to show their stories and seek help. It's crucial that we foster a culture of support where victims feel empowered to speak out without fear of stigma or retribution. Let's reframe the narrative surrounding gender-based violence in Kenya. This is not just a women issue, it's a societal issue that requires all of us to stand together for a change. Together we can create a future where everyone feels safe and valued and respected. Thank you for your time, and let's work together to end gender-based violence. Share this message, raise awareness, and let's make a difference. I'm your host, Diana.